LeBron shade or a misunderstood compliment? In a story for Bleacher Report by 10 Before Tip contributor Howard Beck, he spoke with LeBron James about the importance of Isaiah Thomas, the former Celtic. LeBron reiterating a comment that he has used often before. The Cavs can't rely on just one person. However, LeBron went a little further on IT's pending return with Howard Beck. LeBron saying, quote, "It's been a while since I've had a clear-cut guy who can get guys involved but also score at the same time." Well, Sean, certainly it sounds like it was meant to be a compliment to IT, but Sean, as we go back to you, what do you think this does for the already misunderstood relationship between LeBron and Kyrie?
I think it's almost as if LeBron now is doing this stuff deliberately. It's not even so much about Kyrie as it is to have fun with, let's see if I can blow up the internet today. I did it this morning on Instagram. Let's see if I can do it again today. And I think it certainly was meant as, as a pump up for Isaiah Thomas, but everything is going to be construed that way. And listen, LeBron doesn't do things by accident. LeBron doesn't speak to the media and then after the fact go, oh gosh, I wish I shouldn't have said that. So if you just think back to the last couple of years, every single thing is intentional. And when he gets a chance, like poking Phil Jackson last week, if he gets a chance to say something he wants to say about his teammate and it advertently or inadvertently pokes Kyrie, clearly this is LeBron this year. He's having a lot of fun with this stuff, so I don't think it was an accident.
Celtics Nets on League Pass. You'll check out Sean on League Pass Audio with the always entertaining Cedric Coinbra Maxwell. Thanks so much, Sean, giving us perspective on that. We bring in Kristen Ledlow as we do each and every Tuesday right here on 10 Before Tip. Wow. So another chapter to LeBron, Kyrie back and forth.
Sean stepped on my point a little bit there because the first thing that I was going to say is we have to remember LeBron seldom, if ever, misspeaks. Everything is well thought out. He knows in advance how he's going to ask the questions before you even know the questions that you're going to ask him. And he answered it the way he meant to, but now we have to figure out what he means by how long it's actually been as to whether or not that was a shot at Kyrie. Does it mean that he's just had to spend this entire season thus far without that guy, with a lot of inconsistency at the point guard position? He may just mean thus far throughout this offseason since the acquisition of Isaiah Thomas and since he's not going to rejoin that lineup until perhaps January now. So we don't know exactly.
But if that was the case, we would think that LeBron would say since Kyrie. I think what this does, Kristen, is this adds fuel to the fire of people in Cleveland who are angry at Kyrie, and it makes it easy to say Kyrie was never that complete point guard with us. With us, he was a ball hog. He didn't distribute. He didn't get second unit guys involved. And I think this adds to that narrative while Kyrie has now come to Boston. And the numbers may not jump off the page, but he seems more team-oriented.
Well, he said that he wanted that when he left and went to Boston. He said he was looking forward to being a more complete point guard, to being able to be that offensive facilitator he hadn't yet in his career. I think the thing, though, with LeBron as well is it's not necessarily just about taking shots, but he's made it very clear if you're not with me, you're against me, that his own son could play against him, and he would, I believe we can't even repeat what exactly he said, if his own son played against him. So I think it's about kind of encouraging the guy that's on his roster now, while also maybe taking a subtle shot at the guy that left.
Well, he probably gave the quote to Howard Beck yesterday. This morning, took another shot, maybe at the Knicks, maybe not, but LeBron on Instagram today saying he's the king of New York. I promise he said he's the king of New York there. Yeah, that's the point of it.
No. That, Jared, was not the shot that was taken. The shot that was taken was over Kristaps Porzingis to win at MSG. I think it's very clear over the years who the king of New York has been, at least in this generation of basketball.
But again, it also plays off of Enes Kanter last night saying, I don't know what his nickname is, the king, the queen, the princess, whatever. I mean, this is an interesting back and forth. And if LeBron didn't want to engage in the conversation any further, as he said at the end of the conversation last night when asked about Kanter's comments, then why is he continuing to poke the bear?
Of course he wants to engage. Why wouldn't he want to engage? Look at this little confrontation here as well. Not taking anything away from Frank with what he said about Dennis Smith Jr. days ago. And that's what led to all of this. I love, though, what Enes is doing simply because he's bringing that New York locker room together. You have to, though, know that if you come at the king or queen or princess, he's going to let you know who's the king.
Here's the one angle of the story that I'm really curious about. Because the Cavs have gotten off to such a bad start, we've not had the opportunity to spend every waking moment of our lives the last month discussing LeBron's pending free agency this upcoming summer.
That's a good point by you.
And it's assumed that either LeBron is going to the Lakers or maybe LeBron's staying in Cleveland. But what about that rumor that we've been hearing for years and years and years that LeBron would love to play at the Garden? He said it again last night about how it's his favorite venue to play at, and boy, oh boy, was he special again last night, digging out of a 23-point hole. Let's start that rumor again. Is this the start of LeBron 2018 to the Knicks?
Well, he certainly didn't cause any further, let's say, unity in what would be his future locker room.
Well, I have a strong suspicion that Enes Kanter would not be a part of that Knicks roster if LeBron James was.
Fair suspicion by you.